Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es cuando gente están hablando demasiado rápido. Yo voy a mostrar hoy una palabra muy fácil para utilizar y tomar control con la conversación y también para tener más tiempo para escuchar mejor la otra persona. Ese es el tema de hoy. So, hello again from Medellin. Well, following on from what we talked about yesterday, listening. Listening to try and understand before we respond and then look at what we can learn from what we've just been talking about. But often, if we're honest, lots of native speakers we meet in whatever language always seem to speak very fast, don't they? And English is no exception. But what to do? Well, I'm going to show you now a very short, well, basically a two-word phrase. I see. I see. And using this phrase, we can take back control of the conversation, get the other person to speak more slowly, so they're better to understand. And this way, the whole thing should go a lot smoother. So, how's this going to work? Well, let's give you an active example. You've got to the airport and you're going to rent your car, one of those rent-a-car places just outside the airport so you can carry on your trip. Now, you're the kind of thing these people say. They have a script they have to say, and they say that usually extremely quickly. Something like, I don't know, well, I see you bought the super economy saver option. Do you realise if you upgrade for only $100 more, you would also save yourself $75 on the indemnity crash waiver? Yeah. Understood all that? No, I think not. So, apart from saying something like, I'm sorry, or could you say that again, which is not going to help you because he's just going to repeat it again, I suggest you try this. So when they finish telling you all that kind of option, pause. Look at the person directly, smile, count in your head to at least 2, preferably 3 seconds, and then say the magic phrase, I see. Just like that. I see. And then pause for another 2 seconds. I see. And then we're going to say, oh, that's lots of options. So, in total, we say something like, I see. That's lots of options. And then we pause again, at least another 2 seconds. Now, the reason we're pausing as well is it's our turn to speak. So by doing this, we get to go a bit slower. Not necessarily the phrases we say, but the pauses particularly, we're taking longer to finish what we're saying. And by us slowing down, we're signalling to the other person, subconsciously, we'd like them to slow down too. And as long as we do this looking friendly, remember to smile, they will start to slow down as well. Now, when you've been given a big list of options like we just had, just pick one and ask for clarification on that. This way we start to get control of the conversation and we start to get them basically to rephrase what they were saying to us, and we're going to seek to show them that we've understood parts of it. We can keep doing this using our magic phrase, I see. So let's look at that again. So our new friend has finished telling us all that stuff about the indemnity collision waiver. We pause 2-3 seconds and then we say, I see. That's lots of options. and then we're going to distract them. We're going to ask their name. So then we say, I'm sorry, what was your name? We find out their name. Let's call them Bob. So you go, oh, okay, Bob. I see there's lots of options. Indemnity waiver. Could you explain that, please? Get him to explain that again. Let him talk about that, hopefully a bit slower this time. When he's finished saying what he needs to say about the indemnity waiver or anything else you want to pick from that list, then you say, I see. Count to 2 again, and then say, so, with the indemnity, I only have to pay the first $25. Is that right? This is the key phrase. Is that right? And we're waiting for Bob to say, yes, that's right. And then you say again your magic phrase, I see. And then pause. Let him say something else. You see how this goes? So everything he says, you can go, I see. And count to 2. If you want to paraphrase what he said to show him you've been listening and that was an interesting thing for him to tell you, say, okay, so this means this. Is that right? And let him say, yes, that's right. But basically, all the options he's giving you, you can answer with, I see. And if you don't understand what he said, say, could you explain that again? Let him explain it, summarize it, I see. So you mean this would mean this. Is that right? Let him say, yes, that's right. Then say, I see. Now when you finish this, and he's finally re-explained a bit slower the thing he needed to tell you, sign on the line, finish the transaction, and remember to thank him. Bob, thank you. You've been really helpful today. But remember, just with that one little phrase, I see, and the pause, you start to bring that conversation back into control. I mean, Bob has things to tell you, that's fine. And we're going to let him tell us all the things he needs to say. But we can get him to do it a bit slower, which is easier for us to understand. And then as he tells us each part of that, we just go, oh, okay, I see. And then we can summarize what he said to show him we've been listening. I see. So, the economy upgrade will only cost me $20 more. Is that right? And we let him say, yes, that's right. And then we say, I see. And just pause, let him say something else. So just with those few short words, you take control back of the conversation. You get Bob to tell you what he needs to tell you in a much more comfortable time frame that you will understand better. And remember, when you've finished and you have the keys to your car in this case, thank him. Bob, thank you so much. You've been very helpful today. Everyone leaves happy. You see? Well, I hope you understand that one. Déjame saber en los comentarios, como siempre. But for now, from Medellin, it's Cheerio.